If you want to become a better CEO, then in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 leadership shifts that'll help you become more effective in your role. These are based on the work that I've done with first-time CEOs in 18 different countries to become the leader their business needs. And once you apply these changes yourself, you'll get more done, be able to empower your team, and be able to develop as a leader. Shift number 1 is to stop trying to do everything yourself. When you first start out, you've got to wear all the hats. You're involved in every department. You've got to drive forward every decision. You thrive on your ability to execute and operate at pace. While those traits make for a great founder or manager, they make for a terrible CEO. The reason being is a CEO's focus has to be far more top level, and all being over involved is going to do is keep you stuck in the weeds and make you the one who bottlenecks growth. And that's why if you're feeling overwhelmed by competing priorities or having days and weeks where you look back and despite being busy, you don't actually know what you did, then that's a clear sign that you're still operating like an over-involved founder and not an effective CEO. At the end of the day, there's a huge difference between being busy and being productive. And if you want to effectively use your time, you need to clearly define your role and responsibilities, then delegate, let go, and remove yourself from everything else. Doing so is how you're going to free yourself up to lead, grow, and scale your company. Shift number 2 is to stop babysitting your team. One of the biggest reasons first-time CEOs get stuck firefighting is they don't set their team up for success. They delegate without clarity, then get frustrated that the outcomes don't match their expectations, or they let go of tasks but not ownership, which is why problems keep bouncing back to their desk. This is a recipe for getting stuck in the weeds and creating a culture where you're constantly pulled into issues you shouldn't. The truth is, you can't just hand off tasks, you have to hand off responsibility, and you do that by clearly communicating expectations, holding your team accountable, and empowering them to think for themselves, where they take responsibility for solving their own problems. Shift number 3 is doing the hard things. You'd be amazed how many first-time CEOs I speak to who put off having difficult conversations for weeks, if not months at a time. They also avoid keeping people accountable, often instead putting up with underperformance or justifying someone's inaction. I see it all of the time where tasks don't get done, so they just take it on themselves. All this does is derail their focus, taking them away from the things that actually drive growth. Not only that, but it also causes a ton of anxiety and stress from all of the time they waste worrying about what they're avoiding. And I know that these parts of your role are uncomfortable, but they're also the job that you signed up for. And that's why if you want to be an effective CEO, you have to stop avoiding them and learn to start dealing with them head on. Shift number 4 is to keep developing as a leader. One of my favorite quotes is your business's growth will never outgrow your inner growth. And this is key because every new level of success is going to require a new level of you. That's why if you look at the top leaders and CEOs, one thing they all have in common is they surround themselves with the right support. It's the same reason why elite athletes hire coaches before they win championships, because they know they need someone in their corner to bring out their best. This is why as part of my Evolved CEO program, where I help first-time CEOs become the leader their business needs, it's my job to challenge their thinking, to give them new perspectives and get them to look at problems in new lights so that they can figure out solutions they otherwise would have overlooked. This in turn makes them better at processing problems and navigating the challenges that come with their growth. I'm also there to hold them accountable and be the prop that they can lean on so that they don't have to get into the ring alone. So there you have it. If you want to become a better CEO, these 4 shifts will help you take control of your role. Obviously though, this is just scratching the surface. And if you're tired of being stuck in the weeds, overwhelmed by everything that you need to get done, feeling like you're not being as effective as you could or need to be, then my Evolved CEO program may be for you. It's working directly with me where I'm going to help you become more effective in your role so that you can become the leader your business needs to take it to the next level of success. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then in the description you can set up a time to speak directly to me to see if working together is the right fit.